Welcome to 99% Sure, a podcast on anything and everything. This is me, your host, Ashish Pai. With me will be joining some of my friends who will be talking something interesting that they found on internet every week. If you like this content, please like and do subscribe to this space for more such content. Hello, guys. I'm Ashish Pai here. Welcome to episode 2 of 99% Sure, where we talk about everything and anything. Today, we have with us Akshay. Akshay,
Hello,
what's up? How
Ashish.
are you?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
How's
Long time
how's
no
the day?
see.
I'm fine. Uh,
It's just going.
apart, yeah. Apart from Akshay, we have another guest today. He's new to this podcast. Durga Prasad.
Can we
Hello,
have a drum roll, please?
welcome.
Can we have a drum roll? Hey, hi, what's up, people? This is Durga Prasad. Uh, and thank you for inviting me for the second episode and not the first episode.
Wow. Ouch.
How's your day been, Durga? What have you been doing?
Pretty much normal, dude. It is. I mean, I can't step out of my house and just live with what we have right now.
I think that's the hashtags that's been trending now in social media. The new normal, right? I think
I
most of
mean,
us have heard that.
yes. I mean, for the year 2020, yes, that is the new norm.
Yeah. So, hello, guys. We are into this podcast now. Now we know who we are with. Before getting into whatever we are talking about, we don't have any conventional way we do our podcast. We just talk about whatever comes to our mind and whatever we are vibing on. So we thought before getting into the podcast, let's talk about something that came in the news. Very unconventional, not the conventional one, because I'm sure you guys read about conventional news every day and you're already tired of it. So, in the unconventional news, probably Akshay will tell us something interesting that we should know or we missed it in some news or whatever. Akshay, you have any news?
Yeah, man, I have like a couple of them that I don't know if you call it unconventional, but then this is something that you observe and you find
Yeah,
strange.
that's what I think people should.
So if you remember,
Yeah,
sometime
yeah. Please go ahead.
yeah, so sometime back, do you remember the sonic boom thing that we were all talking
Oh,
about?
yes.
Like in Bangalore, you could hear this boom, and then there was like window shattering and
Oh,
all
yeah.
that.
I was on my
Yes.
headphones, so I
So
couldn't.
when I dug up and I read up a little more about it, oh shit, you missed it, man. That was something to you. So when I checked online about this, so apparently it happens all around the world,
So,
and the same
getting
boom
into,
that we heard.
let me tell anyone is away from Bangalore or didn't know about this. So I can't date it exactly. Actually, can you date it or like do you know the date?
I don't remember. Sometime before
Somewhere in June,
May, for
July.
sure. Sometime in
So
May.
people of
No, no, not June,
okay,
no. Somewhere May.
okay, people of Bangalore
Before May.
knew there was some huge sonic boom, or what people told was they heard it like a blast of cylinder or whatever, and it was in the news for some time. TV channels were having a gala of time reporting this because they could tell anything they want
Oh,
without
yes.
knowing the. So yeah,
Oh, yes.
I swear, so
Oh,
just
yeah.
speculation
I
wanted to
is
give.
remember the vacuum. I remember the
immense.
vacuum creation, hot air. Oh my
Yeah,
God, that was
there was
like,
many speculations that because we didn't know anything like that. So I just
yes.
wanted to give a disclaimer about that. Yeah, Akshay, please go ahead, man.
Yeah, so somewhat of a similar thing. So when I read up about it, I was like, okay, it's happening all around the world. There are many places that this similar thing has occurred, and nobody really could like. Many people said it's a sonic boom. Somebody said there's some cloud burst or whatever. I don't know. Cloud burst is not this, but then there was some interaction in the air because of it. You hear the sound, all that nonsense. I have no clue why. But then again, so something very similar on similar note that I observed was I have no clue why, but then places on earth are just catching fire out of nowhere. So if you observe the news from the past, say 1 or 2 weeks, you see fire in USA, you see fire,
Oh yes.
and very the blast in Lebanon. So it's not the same cause, but then yeah, there is fire, and they're massive, massive, like destructive fire that you could observe. So I don't know. I felt strange because it's happening all around the world. So it's not a phenomenon that it's not like a forest fire that comes out of nowhere because of the weather or something like that. This was like surprisingly strange that over 2 weeks of time, everywhere, almost all the continents on Earth, somewhere or the other, there has been like huge, huge, huge fire, like massive destructive fires. And I don't know, I found it very strange. I don't know why, but then yeah, it's just there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Again, talking
That's
about unconventional news, I have one, guys.
yeah. Please go ahead, Durga.
So, how many of you remember Chandrayaan 2? Like ISRO launched around last year, around the same time.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sometime,
That
sometime in
was
Yeah,
July. Sometime in
yeah,
July. Yes. I mean, there was the
yeah, yeah.
Vikram. There was the Pragya land. I mean, there were a lot of things like ISRO was doing something for the first time, and like the whole India, as usual, was very excited about it. And yes, actually, the Pragya was supposed to land on the moon surface somewhere around in September. But yeah, we all know that there was.
Mhm.
I mean, they told like though there was some crash landing. So yes, there were a lot of. I mean, a lot of people supporting ISRO, saying that yeah, beta, it's okay, pele baat kiya, it's okay, no issues. Uh, so yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, again, NASA, okay, they happened to capture the photos of the moon surface, and they told like yes, I mean, our the Pragya rover, it was broken into pieces. Okay,
oh, okay.
but
Mhm.
exactly a year later, again the NASA people again they reanalyze their photos and they're saying like the Pragya lander is intact. I mean, what is happening, guys?
Uh, I think
I don't know. It's very
yeah.
obvious.
I think there are. I think this is a very good point that you told. Most of us don't know what's happening actually around because there are a lot of news sources from the social media these days, right? We don't know what is true, what is right, wrong. If you guys remember, if you guys were part of it, 2 days before, there was news that Russia, the president, like tried the Covaxine on his daughter, and
Oh,
his daughter expired after 2 shots of Covaxin.
What?
yes, yes, that's
Really?
true.
Yes, yeah,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
It was like a major
Okay.
news that was.
Yeah, I mean, the reason being they did skip
That's
the
fucking
third phase of
hilarious.
trial.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
they did skip the third phase of trial. I mean, yes,
Yeah,
but
so
did she
as
actually
Durga
die?
said, no one knows. That's the thing, right? I think it was a fake news, obviously.
No, but did he have a daughter? That's my first question.
And also, it was stupid for him to test it on her because who treats a daughter like a lab rat or something? Only DC comics or Marvel
So,
comics.
so that's where the question comes, right? Did he even have a daughter, or was she even his
Yeah,
daughter?
did
That's the
they?
question you need to ask.
okay,
I think
okay.
the main, yeah, that's where we drift apart, right? I think the main question should be: is there a vaccine? First of all.
But then again, this is something we should be worrying about because I just read in the news again that Russians are looking for some partners in India for production of the vaccine.
Yes, yes, I've heard that also.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So
and also I've heard that 2 or 3 major labs in India have started the production or whatever, and we'll be seeing the
oh
vaccine in a couple of months or something. But I think that
yes,
is actually legit because it came
yes,
from
yes.
many sources actually.
Yes, true. Like they have most
Yeah.
of, I mean, two of the leading uh, brands. They have done second phase of trial, and they're entering the third phase of trial. And it is expected that maybe in the first quarter of 2021, the vaccine will be available in Indian market.
That's I think hope and wish that this pandemic like we can control it as soon as possible, right? Like
Yes.
what's how do you relate from last year to this year? Like you guys in a general thing, like how you guys relate? You guys have learned anything new or whatever? I don't
Oh
know.
yes.
Just
Yeah, this is something very new to me. Like I'm recording the podcast today with you guys. So yes, I did gain something.
sitting 32 kilometers apart, uh, can't see the
Yes.
face also. That's
But
true.
yes,
That's
I mean, I started listening to a lot of podcasts. I actually like this idea. Before this, I had like some basic idea about what podcast is, but there are a lot of other good podcasts too. But yes, it was always my dream since then. Yes, maybe I should record some similar podcast. I'm a huge fan of podcast actually. And you're saying right, like what is different from the previous year? I had a lot of things planned this year, man. Trust me, I wanted to go to Trishur Puram, and
all the best,
yes,
Durga. Yeah, good year.
uh, yeah. Thank you, China. Thank you, China, for spoiling spoiling my party.
Akshay, what about you? Like,
That's all right. I'm not sure, bro. I'm actually not sure what the fuck I wanted to do. All I had in plan was I'm gonna save some money and I'm going to lay again, which I always wanted to. But then, yeah,
When did you go
as
the first time?
always,
Yeah, yeah.
plans flop. Oh god.
I mean, okay,
uh,
fine. This is a Goa trip when we were in college. Remember, like we used to plan every year, man, every year.
Goa trip at least happened.
Yeah, but
happened.
how
Yeah,
much?
Yeah,
so we can say we are the lucky lot who actually made it happen because there are so many people who still haven't
and
gone. So many.
it it was like a cherry on top, right? It was at the end of engineering, and we did it like it was perfect. It just falls into
And
places.
But again,
yeah,
man,
to be honest, just somehow, I don't know, God's grace or whatever you want to call it, it just fell in place because otherwise I've been trying to get people over a year for now. So last year we were supposed to go to say Punjab and
oh
what do you
yes,
say,
I remember
Shimla and
this.
all that.
I,
So
I remember this.
that
I
was
remember this.
Actually,
planned in
no.
January. Listen to me. So that was planned in January so that by August everybody's ready. We had the dates sorted, every single thing sorted. We decided where to go, how much to spend, like what are the places and the mode of transportation. Everything was almost done. Okay. And then boom, somebody backs up as usual.
Like
And
when
then
it
it
was,
got
That's
postponed to
the
say maybe December so that everybody can still come. And then again, it never happened.
yeah, and somewhere
So
in
yeah.
between, you guys had a plan of coming all the way till Pune and staying all that. I mean, I was damn excited. Okay,
Yes,
fine.
so that is the backup plan. So
Yeah,
if we don't go there, at least we go to Pune.
but
We get to meet you guys.
but
That
again, you
also
didn't, you
never
didn't, you didn't,
happened.
you didn't make it to Pune too. Okay, so yes.
Yeah, it just didn't
yeah.
happen, man. That was freaking, I don't know, it was fucking bullshit.
I think when Durga said he's been listening to a podcast or whatever, I think that's like an interesting point. He said most of us, like, I think our life is now on the online or virtual world, or over the top, right? That's the short form. That's I think we never knew what I myself didn't know what OTT was but till previous year, but today OTT is like my life. OTT is like my hobby. OTT is time pass, and OTT is day and night, I guess.
True,
I've been
true. I completely agree.
spending a lot of time on I don't know, streaming music, streaming film. Most of my family members who like never watched movie, like sat and watched movies from over the years, and then they're like, hey, please watch this, please watch this. That's a very good sign though. What do you guys
Oh
think about
man,
OTT?
oh, I 100% agree with that because I tell you, my dad never watched a movie with us. So he's like, no, it's
Exactly.
fucking boring. So, so now he's like, come, let's watch a movie. Like, holy shit, what happened? So yeah, that's some shift that we're seeing in people.
Oh,
But
trust
then
But
me.
yeah,
Trust
Yeah,
me
yeah.
when I say this, okay, dude, I had become an addict, okay? Like I'm working, but at the same time I'm watching some series, okay? I watched a lot of series. I mean, this is from the first month, okay, in April. But again, somewhere in the end of April, okay, my internet FUP did get over. So then I had to upgrade it, like so much, man. There are a lot of good contents. I mean, be it YouTube or Netflix or Amazon or Hotstar, wherever you watch it, guys. But yes, this has been my experience, with I was the addict, dude. I was the addict.
With that, I think we all saw, right? Like most of the OTT platforms restricted their quality, video quality, or end user perspective. They reduce so that they can manage all this
The traffic.
galante,
No,
mom and dad streaming at the same time.
but I think that all of it is back now, right? We fixed
Yeah,
it, I think, from last month.
yeah,
Yes,
true,
yes.
true. It's back.
Yeah,
At
okay.
least
I
that
mean,
was good.
talking about this one unconventional thing again regarding this is the Kerala, right? Kerala, what Kerala government did is they had increased the bandwidth, so that people can both work from home at the same time use such online platforms for streaming.
I
Okay.
think most of the companies actually had a lot of cool thing that they had to do in order
Offers.
to keep their workers so that the workers are like, no, dude, I'm not going to work from my house. I have to do jhado, I have to do pocha, I have to wash
Yes,
vessels.
yes, I agree with this actually. Like even in my company, right? They come up with such innovative ideas. Like every monthly we have like such. I mean, we have small competitions. I mean, it's all virtually happening, but yes, they're also trying to keep us engaged, try to keep us motivated. I mean, they want to bring out a different. I mean, they want to give us a better experience working from home. Like there are certain
Yeah,
things which we miss, right? Working from office and working from home. So
that's true. Free coffee.
Oh man, tea time. Tea time is something I miss.
yeah, the free coffee stuff, right? You're right, Pat.
Yeah, so yeah, talking about how companies have managed. The downside of this thing was, I think we have to bring it up, even if we don't know the pain of it or the trouble of finding a new job normally and in such difficult times. I think you guys have also faced it. Even I have faced it. Most of the companies like close their incoming like requests for can you
Recruiters. Yeah,
True.
yeah,
recruitment.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. That was
like
a big time. Like, I don't know, lots of people, like, I
like
know
what
who
is
have,
your first person perspective of this situation? Like what would you do when you're in this place? I think most of us want to know. Maybe if we can give our views, maybe the listeners can, uh, you know,
Okay. So
correlate.
yeah, I would like to go first. I would say, guys, I mean, don't worry, okay? Yes, right now it is hard times. I mean, you see the numbers, okay, online. There are close to 1.3 crores of people who has lost their jobs or something. Yes, I mean, even for me, even for everyone around, it's a bad time right now. But trust me, maybe this is short staying, like 2 3 years down the line, everything will be in back to the place again. So just keep your spirits high. You can learn some skills. I mean, maybe some graphic editing, or you can learn some coding. I mean, this I feel this is the right time. You can up your skills. You can increase your
I
competency.
think that's the bright side of it. Yeah, but what do you think? Like Akshay, what do you think? What would you do if you were in this place, or what would you? What would your thought process be? Like the outside, you can't go outside. Everything's closed, but you are just on your mobile trying to search for whatever. Even an internship is fine. Like, what would you do?
Akshay would play Dota
yes.
24/7.
Yeah, of course, that's there. It's not 24/7. I have the schedule though. Yeah, but then like, to be honest, I know people who have almost lost their job. So there was one dude who, like, one of my friend, he put his papers. It was the last month. So you have like a 3 months notice period, right? So it was the
Yeah,
last month, and the company that he was going to. So this was during March. So March end was when his notice period was finishing, and he was supposed to switch. So the company is like, we have to keep you on hold because right now the pandemic, that was when it started, right? And like he was in such mental trauma that he was like clueless, and he for one wanted to like move on from this company like for almost a year now. So he was in a very, very, very weird spot. But then yeah, he had to take his papers back and all that nonsense. But yeah, it's hard. But probably again, like since you're at home, the best time to like develop a hobby, like do podcasts with your friends, play online. What else do you expect? Like,
Or
I
instead, if
think
you
like
know
I'm
do a
loving it
podcast,
to be
you can.
honest. Pardon me? Say that
Uh,
again.
Sorry, if you don't want to start your own podcast, you can join my podcast. You can like,
I said,
subscribe,
like just
comment.
join somebody. Go, yeah, go ahead and just talk to some people. So it's fun. Like you never know what might come out of it. Maybe you might find interest in that. Maybe you find interest in editing. It just happens. So yeah,
That's
like
true.
just develop a hobby is what I would say. Like yeah, people do need to up their skills and stuff like that. That's parallel to this. But then mainly you have like how much ever time you want. It all depends on you, right? So I would
And I think,
like me personally as a hobby. So yeah, I would start away from that, and then yeah, eventually maybe learn something.
Okay,
That's what I would
yeah,
giving
say.
this topic
that's
a sports angle right now. Recently, there was a interview of Sunil Chetri. Even I mean, when
Mm-hmm.
he couldn't go train out with other people because of pandemic. Yes, he
Yeah.
has to keep himself safe. So what he told is, I mean, he utilized this time in doing something which he had not done earlier. Okay, so I think people should take that as a motivation and work on certain things where we lack, be it like say communication skills or writing a big paragraph. Yeah, I am scared of writing
Sunil
big
Shetty
paragraph, man.
did some really, really nice interviews, man. I watched all of them. They were live. He did some really, really inspirational interviews. So I don't know.
yeah, it's
Probably
true.
that helped me in some other way to, explore things that I would like it gave me a thought that it put a thought in my head saying, okay, you should try and like do things instead of just watching stuff online. So
And
that's
I
what was
think,
happening. Like I was like consuming a lot and not doing anything. So
I think
yeah.
it gives the perspective of other side of these celebrities. We think that they're living this life where they don't have to do anything or whatever, but it gives a perspective that they have their own life. They have many hobbies. Like if we think he's a footballer, we think, oh, he plays only football, but then there are other aspects that they are carrying on in their personal life. We got to see that not only football, but many actors or whatever, many sportsmen. We saw the other side of their, like, the side of them when they are at home, when they're with their family or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty well summed up by Durga and Akshay, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Anything you guys want to add on this?
Yeah, but one more thing is like, how long can you guys just keep watching? See, I'm a big sports fan. Okay, I'm coming with that particular angle right now. So yes, I mean, I was watching a lot of shows, but in between, I feel like yes, I need some thrill. Something like something very different, something live that is happening. And that's when somewhere around in May, June, all the football started. Along with football, even right now we have even the cricket going on. So
Yeah, I think most of the, I think football started right away, I guess. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
it all started from Germany. So
Yeah,
German, like the football league, Bundesliga was like, okay, we're gonna start. I don't care. So
I
I
think
think
yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of helped others to get over
yeah.
that
I think
mentality,
now
saying, "Oh
cricket
shit, I'm
has,
not sure if."
yeah,
Yeah.
true, true, true.
and
Sorry,
but
yeah,
again, just an open question for you guys. Like, how do you feel like? I mean, what do you think about players playing inside a closed stadium without fans? I mean, your
Oh man,
perspective
that
on
sucks.
that.
It sucks. Trust me, it sucks. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure it's kind of excruciating for them to not see fans. Like, yeah, of course, when you're playing, you don't think too much. But then when you have like people cheering you up, that's something else altogether. You have that extra energy from, I don't know, from somewhere. But yeah,
You feel
it's
it,
just
right? You feel it in your heart.
yeah,
You feel it in your ears, that
yes.
loud
So
noise.
when Bundesliga started, like now when you're watching online, you have the sound effects. It's probably recorded sounds that they're playing around. But then yeah, so when it started, it was quiet. I did watch the what do you say BBB match. I don't
Yeah,
remember against.
Dortmund versus Schalke was the first match after the after the
So
first
I
match of the
watched it
pandemic.
and I was like, damn, it's so weird when it's so quiet. Like I could hear them shout, I could hear them kick the ball, and like, yeah, it doesn't feel the same. Like
Oh,
I couldn't feel the energy. I'm sitting somewhere across the world, and I couldn't feel the energy. I just can't imagine how bad it must have. Like the
Even
people
the
were playing.
players, I think it's a funny. I I just got a funny like imagination. Probably in a packed stadium when there are 24 whatever 10,000 plus people and you're playing, and the opponents just abuses you. You can't most of the time you can't hear. But now I guess the stadium is so quiet. Even if any of the player abuses, it echoes all over.
yes,
I think.
I
You can actually hear coaches like say shit. I'm
oh
like,
yes,
holy fuck, all that they say.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Funny and also
I always wanted to know like what players talk between the matches. I always wanted to know. Yes, so this is the positive side for me. I take it that.
Uh-huh. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like to be honest, like when the fans are back, you're gonna see another level of football for sure. Because that it gets to you. Like of course, like the energy gets to you when somebody's cheering for you. It's something else altogether. You put like 200, 300% of what you would generally put otherwise.
Oh
that's
Like
true.
yes.
That's true.
it feels like a practice match otherwise. To be honest, that's how I felt.
I
Like
Okay.
when
think
nobody's there, it's more or less.
I think
Oh,
correlating. I think we can correlate this with what we talked previously of how if in office how we work and how we are working now. I think there's some kind of factors that help us work better when we are together or face to face when we're actually in the field. I think I think that's my thought. I don't know about you guys.
okay. Again, I didn't feel that because like in my house, okay, around my house it's quite noisy. Okay, so I didn't feel it that way. I felt it was just like working in office, with so much murmuring going around. So
Okay.
it didn't change much for me. How
So,
about you,
guys,
Akshay?
if you don't feel like office, please go sit somewhere there is noise. Probably market is the better option.
Okay.
Or you can just play loud noises from YouTube.
Yeah,
It's all
probably.
there. Like you have music, like clips of sounds just to
Yeah,
make you
if you
feel
want
that
to
we
feel
are in the
normal,
crowd.
yes, there are certain. I mean, you can go search it on YouTube. Like office environment. I mean, there are pretty much a lot of videos that come up. You would feel normal. And yes, I mean, talking about fans coming back to stadium and watching, I don't see that happening anytime soon. But I want to get in another sport right now, F1. So we have a race in Russia, okay, that is coming right now, and apparently they're letting fans in that grid. So do you think that's
Yeah, I
some?
feel that's a little messed up. So right now, according to what I know, I think they were selling tickets for 30,000, 35,000 people.
Yes.
Okay, I can connect
So
the dots now. I think Putin actually
yeah, so
vaccine.
yeah, so I think he was trying to promote so that people don't be like a little more afraid. Try and
Yes.
go outside. I'm not sure. It's a little messed up there.
So I guess
Yeah.
that's what we wanted to tell, right? Basically, I think people are right now coming out of their houses slow and steadily, and I think these are the main things that we are seeing to make people believe that yeah, nothing to be scared of. I think UK guys can come out now, and it's
Oh
all
yeah,
fine.
that reminds me coming out of my house. Guess what, guys? My neighbor got COVID.
Oh, dude. Oh my God.
uh,
That's
Just
messed up. All this while I was sitting at home trying not to, get in contact with people, and then COVID is like, "Yo, bro, I'm here for you," and then it's just next door,
please
and then
don't touch.
like,
yeah. Please don't talk to me also, Sidhu. Thank you.
yeah,
Just nice
yeah, bro,
knowing
the
you.
virus can come through like internet also, you know that, right?
Oh wow. I have a slow clap for such a lame. I mean,
I think we can end on that high note, Akshay. Thanks for
no, but again,
but to be honest, like it's kind of scary right now. Like till now, it's like all right. I see people walking. I still didn't go myself, but then I was like, okay, fine. People are okay with it. But then when it came this close to me, I'm like, shit. Maybe I should have gone out before because now for sure I can't go out for 2 weeks.
yeah, probably you
And
need
then
to go to.
yeah.
You have to get a haircut done too.
yeah, so and my adventure is probably to go shopping, like vegetable shopping. That's the biggest adventure.
I
To
think
wear a
that's
mask, take
a fantasy right now. I want to
yeah,
just go buy vegetables.
Okay,
So
so
yeah,
yeah, with fans
uh,
coming to the F1 track, I feel something positive for Danny Kvyat. I mean, he gets a podium.
nice joke, Durga.
uh,
It's
okay.
gonna be a
I
spinner.
guess that was a really good session with you guys. Thanks, Akshay. Thanks, Durga. We talked about a lot of things. I guess if you guys liked whatever we talked about, please do comment and like. And if you guys have anything that we want to talk about, we will talk. But again, we are 99% sure of what we are going to talk about and what we'll talk about. Hope you guys like this podcast. Please subscribe to the channel. Help us do more videos. Please keep supporting us. Thanks, Akshay. Thanks to
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay,
Durga.
see you guys with another video, with another topic, and with another guest. Probably we're gonna kick Durga soon. Thanks. See you.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say. I mean, I just like if fans listening to this, please stop listening to the podcast
You
if
can
there are
comment
any
if
other
you want
guests apart
Durga.
from me.
Yeah, you can comment Durga or not. Yeah, we will try to get more
Below.
people on the podcast. We'll try to get more
Yeah.
people on the podcast. Yeah. So thank you guys. See you on the next episode. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye bye
Thank
guys.
you. Bye bye.